Hi, my name is Nicole Black, and here is your Arizona real estate market update for April. So, right now, here in 2024, we're wondering what's going on with this Arizona crazy real estate market, and we're going to focus on the Phoenix metro area, the 17 largest cities. So, I love to look at what are, quote, they saying out there, and what are you reading in the news, and what's really actually happening in our city. So, let's take a dive into our first article. All right, here in our first article, this is the huge topic that the news is talking about, everyone's talking about, the affordability issue. So the housing market is so unaffordable that the buyers need to make an additional $30,000 more than they currently are making to buy a home. So why aren't prices coming down? And if you look at the US Census Bureau for all of our zip codes here in Arizona, the majority of them are still unaffordable for what the average household income is versus what the median price is. So when you look at that, that's crazy. So prices should be coming down, right? And then next, I want to bring up the fact that the government is very aware that there's an unaffordability issue in our country right now. So the current administration, Biden, is stepping in and starting to make a plan to help with affordability. But one, first he's trying to do is this. Biden wants to make tax credits for first time home buyers. So what he's going to do is he's going to give $5,000 the first year for a tax credit, and then the second year give another $5,000, so a total of $10,000 in tax credits for the first, basically 5 and 5. So the first 2 years you're going to have a little bit of a break in what your outgo is going to be for when you buy this home. But what happens in year 3? Because people get used to a spending habit, a spending pattern. They start to get subscriptions, gym memberships, their car payment, and they have a certain allotted amount. So when year 3 comes around, what's that going to look like? Are they going to rebudget for $5,000 less a year that they're going to not be getting anymore? That's one thing. The second thing, if they do that, they are now going to stimulate more demand in an already lack of supply inventory of homes. So that actually will make prices, according to economics, lower supply, higher demand, prices go what? They go up. So even if they're going to get this $10,000 credit, what happens if the price goes up by 10,000 because of the demand and the low supply? It's almost like a moot point in a way, and it could actually add to the issue that we currently have. The second thing he's trying to do is actually give a tax credit to homes that would be good for first time home buyers to sellers as well to help try to get them out of that lock and stay effect that's going on because they have the low mortgage rates. Again, $10,000 when you have a 2.75% interest rate, and if you get out of your house now, you're going to have like a 6 to 7. I don't know if 10,000 is going to be enough to make them really want to move that needle and put their house on the market. And the third thing he's trying to do is he's trying to build more houses. That's awesome. That would help with supply. So he's trying to actually build 2 million homes, which would be amazing to help with our lack of inventory. But the issue is, it's going to take a really long time for that to happen, maybe even over a decade. And for that fact, no solution is going to be here anytime soon for this affordability issue in our country. And then you see some of these headlines, like the most splendid housing bubbles in America, March 2024 update, biggest price drops from 2022 peak. Guess who made the lineup? Phoenix, Arizona. So do you feel like you're seeing that our prices are just starting to, quote, pop from this bubble that we had in 2022? And then on the flip side from that article, you have this one here from Investor Place saying housing market alert. Case-Shiller eases crashes fears as home prices climb again. But we just made an article that said that we are part of the bubble bursting and the prices coming down since 2022 and 2024. So what really is happening in our area? Okay, so this is actual real data. Actually, Phoenix, Arizona, the 17 largest metro cities in our area, the largest. This is where this data is coming from. And you can see since our peak in 2022, did we come down? Yeah, we did. Everybody did in 2023. But what happened since then? Since these articles just came out like a couple weeks ago, we actually went up in price. So again, we're going up. We're not crashing at this moment. The prices aren't coming down from what these articles are saying. So then you might ask yourself, how? How are they not coming down if in the majority of our zip codes in the Phoenix metro area have an affordability issue, and not just a little, according to what the average is, what people make versus what the median home prices are, it's up to like 54% in some areas. Let's take a look. So in Maricopa County, according to this article by Realtor.com, I've highlighted it, that the portion of out of county home shoppers is 40%. The majority of people that are buying in these areas where it is not affordable for the median household income aren't from that zip code. They are from other areas. They are probably selling their homes in other areas, states where they have a ton of equity position in their home from there, moving here, having a wonderful, beautiful, large down payment or paying in cash for these houses. And they're able to make it, of course, that way affordable to purchase those homes. We have 40%. And then I also want to bring up, not only do we have 40% in Maricopa moving in from areas not from this county, in addition, let's just look at Scottsdale and specifically right now. I got it out. This report from the Arizona Republic, 1 in 17 people in Scottsdale residents are millionaire or is a millionaire. This is from the USA Wealth Report 2024. So a lot of people that live in certain areas that come to Arizona, they're flocking to Arizona, are able to afford the prices that we have here. And then if you even look at this dollar volume by city, I just thought this was really interesting. If you go from March 2023 to February 2024, you can see in Phoenix there was about 9 million in sales. Scottsdale was 8.159 million. And then if you look, though, the year prior, 22 to 2023, Phoenix dropped off by like 20%. They had like 11.2 million, but Scottsdale only dropped off of their sales volume by only 3%. So it's making sense why Scottsdale is staying pretty strong in their pricing, regardless to other areas in the city. Okay, so think you can see now from the different articles and from what, quote, theys are saying, and both talking out of each side, that either Phoenix is crashing and coming down in prices, if Phoenix is actually not crashing, and why it's not crashing. Again, let's look at what's really happening in our area. So you saw that the median home price from just earlier, we had that graph. It actually, even though it came down from the peak in 2022, it's been slowly rising, and it's rising again in 2024. But take a look at this as well. This line right here is our active listings per weekly count. That is our supply. Look at this. Remember the whole issue, there's no supply. Now, granted, again, this is really low. 15,000, it's low. But look at it relative to our past years. So you have your 2021, 2022, 2023, and all of these right here. And then we're at the highest we've been at this time of year in 4 years with our supply. That's, to me, pretty positive. So I love the way that's looking. And these are our listings under contract. So this is now our demand. And as you can see, it's not slightly lower than last year, and it's the lowest it's been in 4 years for this time of year. So we have the highest supply in the lowest demand. So let's take a look at our next one. So this is the Comfort Market Index. This is what we go by here in Arizona. Again, if you've never heard of this before, it is specific to Arizona and has been very accurate at reporting data for over 20 years. So if you take a look at this, you have a supply and a demand index and a market index. Now, the market index takes in supply, demand, and other factors, historic factors, days on market, all these kind of things that come up with the number of 111.6. Now, when we are between about 100 and actually more like 90 and 110, that is a neutral market. Below 90 is typically a buyer's market. Above 110 is a seller's market. Do you see where we're at? We're almost into a neutral market. And since right here, and this is just the beginning of March, we've been trending down with our Comfort Market Index report or index since then every day. So we have just been coming down closer and closer to a neutral market. And does that make sense from what I just showed you what's going on here? That our supply is the highest it's ever been this time of year in 4 years. Our demand is the lowest it's ever been in this time of year in 4 years. So it makes sense. We're kind of transitioning into a neutral market. And real quickly, don't go anywhere just yet, especially I want you to wait to the end. I've got just an interesting graph to show you that I find fascinating. But I know a lot of people like to know what the days on market are. And as you can see right here, Q1, it goes up and then it starts to come down. Q1, it comes up and then it's going down, but it's kind of staying there. So our days on market is pretty steady right now at 64.34. So it's been around that since the beginning of the year. And being that we're going kind of into more of a neutral market, there are still some seller concessions being made. The average for, again, all the 17 largest metro cities in the Phoenix metro area is about 44% are giving seller concessions. And the median concession is 9,170 right now. And lastly, listen to this, please. I think this is so interesting. Here are our foreclosures pending since 2022 to 2024. Now, as you can see, we're just right in the middle with foreclosures at the moment. But I want you to kind of take a look at right here in 2020, we had about 1,800 going on. And then around this time, you see this dip come in 2020. Two things happened. One, interest rates started to go, actually three things happened. So interest rates started to rapidly go down. Two, COVID happened. Everybody was working from home. They wanted different houses now. They wanted bigger houses. They needed an office, so they needed to sell their current house and get a new house. And also people from out of state, such as Washington State, had so many people from Washington, Oregon, Chicago, say, I can work from home now. So I'm going to buy another property in Arizona since I can work from home. I don't have to be here anymore. So we had a lot of people from other states flying here, okay? And so again, that would help with decrease of foreclosures. But the third thing that happened, a new word came about that was not in our typical daily vocabulary. And that word is called forbearance. Yes. Remember that? In March of 2022, it happened right around then. The government said, oh my gosh, COVID, emergency, people aren't going to be able to make their mortgages. We need to help them out. So we're going to allow them to not pay their mortgage to go into forbearance and then finally pay it when they can get back up on their feet. Now, there was 4 rounds of forbearance. So I look at this chart right when the word forbearance came around and all the other situation, and we are been low ever since. So I have a question. If you were about to go into foreclosure and you could get the first round of forbearance, the second, third, fourth, would you stay in forbearance or would you go into foreclosure? I would stay in forbearance for as long as I possibly can. Absolutely. And with the hopes of getting back on my feet one day, right? So I feel that these numbers might be slightly skewed, just my opinion. If you feel different, comment below and then give us references for your comments because we love to share and be educated. But I feel like the foreclosure number could be slightly skewed because of the fourth round of forbearances. I could be wrong, but take a look at this chart. This is where I said this is fascinating. Let's go to 2009. These were the foreclosures in 2009. And of course, this is where we are. Let's look at 10. 11, 12. These keep going lower and lower and lower until we finally get, I'm just going to pop 2019 in here real quick, to 2022. And those are all the way down here. So just want to share that with you. I personally feel that our foreclosure numbers are slightly skewed and we don't really know what they could have been if we didn't have the word forbearance, the programs that were out there going for as long as they did. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please comment, like, and share. Subscribe because this is what we do. We give Arizona market, real estate market updates, housing tours, map tours. We show you the area. And then if you want to see anything, you just let us know. We will get that information to you. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please always feel free to call, text, email, whatever your preferred communication is, and we will get back to you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, and never forget, we are always here for you.